it's Victor Rogue, and today is my 27th day on my coconut water fast, and I finally decided to break it. And I just wanted to share my experience and what I went through emotionally, physically, and mentally on these 27 days. So let's start with physically. I have probably lost around 30 pounds or 15 kilos, and I know that sounds like a lot in 27 days, but it was pretty much, I think, all just garbage and fecal matter that was in my colon, because especially these last 2 weeks, I kept eliminating things that I have no idea was still inside of me. So I definitely feel like the weight loss was mainly on that than anything else, because I feel like I held my muscles pretty well. I probably lost fat, but pretty much was everything that was in my gut for who knows how long. So every single day I was surprised to see still how many things came out of me even after not consuming anything solid. So those are the only things I have noticed physically. Mentally, it has been like amazing, like, because I don't really have to think about food. It has removed all of my thoughts around food, so it just made everything simple. I didn't have to think about it, I didn't have to worry about it. I knew I was gonna drink coconuts and that's it. You know, I drink coconuts once a day, probably around 10 or 15, and then that was it. It was like my mental clarity has gotten way better. I feel way more focused. My thought process is much better. I can think of a problem and solve it really fast. I don't dwell on it, and I don't have these like addiction to my thoughts as much as before, and I feel way less foggy. Anything else mentally? I think that's pretty much it. Just all around feel better with my mind and my mental state. I'm able to notice myself think, and I'm able to notice my cravings. So that's something very important. I learned how to sit with myself, and I learned how to sit with my emotion and my thoughts, and really see the difference between something that I really need or something that I'm craving, which is huge. Emotionally. So I was expecting the emotional to be the strongest one. I was expecting like me to go crazy, my emotions all over the place, and I actually didn't feel that much with my emotions. I did feel it was more my emotions came in mostly in the last week. I just cried. I cried all the time for all of these reasons that I have no idea why. Sometimes some stuff will like tick me off. For example, I would see someone dance because I would miss it and I would just start crying. I would listen to some music and I'll start crying. I would read a part of a book and start crying. I pretty much cried for any reason you can think of the last week. That's basically my emotional state. Besides that was nothing else with my emotions besides crying for every single reason you can think of. And I think it was also letting go as the days, you know, advanced. I could feel just like things leaving me, so I just like there was an emotional attachment just like leaving my body. So yeah, that was pretty much my experience. I feel like a lot of, I know I didn't film, like, you know, day 5, day 7, day 9, I didn't really feel like filming, you know, I didn't really have much to say besides like other topics, but I feel like a lot of people really, you know, document a lot of the fast itself. But my biggest problem now is living the fast and going to the real world. The refeeding process scares me more than anything. I just went to the supermarket to get some watermelons because that's what I thought I was gonna break my fast with. And I got there and I was so overwhelmed because we had such a variety of amazing, beautiful fruits. And like I could smell the mangoes, I could smell the pineapple, but I knew I wanted the watermelon, but there was this like organic papaya, and I was just like, oh my god, there's so many options. I'm just used to having one thing, and I'm like, no. I really almost left the supermarket because I was so overwhelmed. So I went back and forth. I smelled, I touched, I did everything possible to every single fruit. Everyone was looking at me very strange, and I finally like decided on the watermelon. On the melon. It was a honeydew and a yellow melon that I decided on. And then, I don't know, a part of me when I left the fruit market, I just didn't feel content. So I went to another supermarket and I found, like, I think it's called the Christmas melon? No. Santa Claus melon is the green one. Or is the flop melon? I'm not sure. Anyway, it's the green one, and I found it on the other supermarket. I was like, it was perfectly ripe. So I was like, this is the watermelon that I'm gonna break my fast on. I felt like it was like the thing that I needed and that I wanted, and I'm so excited because it's perfect. And now I'm gonna document my going back to the real world. I think that's the most important part, you know? Staying true to your values. Fasting is easy. Like, anyone can just be like, I'm gonna stop eating. I mean, of course you're gonna go through some trauma, some like emotional, you know, stuff, but like, it's just, you know, you have one choice. You're not eating. I mean, the only choice. The thing is that when you go back to the real world, how do you manage, you know, and stay true to yourself in this, like, when you constantly being stimulated by a million things in this world, and you still have your conditioned mind, and you know, you observe the world with what you've been given in the past. Your mind, you know, judges everything with past and future experiences. So I think that's the hardest thing, to stay present, be conscious, and make the right decision to stay true to yourself, you know, because you also have the people that you love around you, and you want to do everything, and everything revolves, you know, cooked food and alcohol and all this stuff. And it's very important now for me to see, and I'm going to share that with you guys, you know, how it is, how am I doing, how am I finding my way back into the world, you know, because I have developed a very high frequency. I can feel myself in another state, definitely, and I would not give up my power for anything, because how I feel right now, you can't buy it, you know. No one can buy health, you know. You have to work for it. I worked hard, and I'm so proud of myself for it, and I cultivated willpower and self-confidence, which are the things that, like, I wish I could give it to everyone. Having willpower and having confidence and within yourself, like that, believing that you can do anything, is the greatest thing in the world, guys, like, really. Anyway, this video is getting really long. I will put a little part of me trying the melon in the end of the video, right? So, thank you for watching, and don't forget, take back your power. Ciao. Alright, here we go. This is the melon. I'm so excited. Alright. Maybe I should touch it with my hands. I'm not sure. So focus on that. It smells really sweet. So good. So sweet. I can taste the water. So good. Alright? Ciao. I'm gonna finish this up by myself.